Hello, I'm Greg Harrison with USDA Market News Service here in St. Joe, Missouri with your National Feeder Cattle Summary this week. Compared to last week, feeder cattle and calves traded mostly unevenly steady to $3 higher to begin the week. Then from midweek on, you see a lot of markets unevenly steady. Seen some pressure this week on a number of markets through the southern northern plains on heifer calves and yearling heifers, weighing anywhere from 500 to 850 pounds, with several markets calling them $3 up to $5 lower. Also, we got a lot of soft new crop calves coming to the markets right now, and we're seeing some prices on calves kind of widening on their price trends against the old crop calves, as there is a lot more new crop calves than there are the old croppers. Feeders received good support start the week after last week's cash fed cattle trade was mostly at $167 to $169, which was $2.5 higher, and a focus returned back to live and feeder cattle futures and markets following the long Easter holiday weekend to see if feeders can move higher, as well as the fed cattle market has the ability to go higher. Tight fed supplies continue to help prices along, encouraging higher box beef prices. Weekly slaughter kills continue to be historically low when you compare them against year-ago levels. With box beef prices increasing, this has packers improving margins and looking at increased seasonal demand for retail cuts and movement. That this should result in higher slaughter numbers going forward into the spring. Meat trade following the Easter holiday is starting to focus on the potential for demand, as spring demand is awakening after a long cold winter. CME cattle futures on Monday rallied higher, and then before the end of the day they suffered an ugly reversal as the board continued to see some losses through Wednesday before having some light gains seen on Thursday, as overhead resistance remains pretty tough. Cattlemen now have their hopes tied to rain and sunshine for the long term as they get their calves bought and grass cattle bought to turn out. And as going forward into spring, we should see some demand start to slacken as the cattlemen who bought their cattle and farmer feeders and turning out cattle to graze on get their feeders bought and their pastures fully stocked. Also, farmers will start to get here into full planting mode for start planting corn as soon as the weather allows, and this will take also some farmer feeders out of the market. Corn planting hopefully will move forward here as weather clears up, and hopefully another abundant crop will be in the makings. Looking at some regional weighted average prices this week, we've seen some prices this week for the first time in several weeks trending a little lower. Looking in the north central region, 700 to 800 pounds, about $4 lower than last week at $226.44, with 800 to 900 pounds, $1 lower at $210.96. In the south central region, 500 to 600 pound steer calves averaging about $3 lower at $273.29, 600 to 700 pounds about $4 lower at $243.07, and 800 to 900 pounds about $1 higher at $204.98. And in the southeast regions, 4 to 5 weight steer calves trading about $4 lower at $290.69, and 500 to 600 pound steers trading about $1 lower at $263.57. And that's your markets for this week. Be back with you next week. Hope everyone has a good week.